Hey, yo, what's good, guys? XD here for Bedroom Studio Corner. I'm back again with another video. Now, today in this video, I want to talk about how you can do some pre-mixing using the channel volume. A lot of people don't know how to properly use the channel volume, and how they can use it to their advantage as another layer of mixing. And I always do this, and people don't understand why I do this and when I would actually have to do this. So this is how you can work this out in FL Studio. So I have a track that I have here. I'll just play it back a bit. It's unmixed. I just made it and I did nothing to it. So I thought I'd make a video showing you how I would approach pre-mixing this, because you only get one mixer. So whatever moves or any settings that you put, any mix that you make in the mixer cannot change. But a good thing we have the channel volumes to play around with them and kind of get a pre-mix before you actually do a proper final mix. So this is the track. Let me just play it back a little. So you kind of get the idea of how this track is going. It's very simple, very minimal. It doesn't have so many elements. Like you see, this is all it has, and that's the side where it's arranged over there, and it's not really a complete arranged track, but I'm just going to show you mixing in this video. So basically what I would do is I would go to the drums first and make sure that if you're playing on speakers, make sure your speakers, your amplifier, whatever, or your monitors are all the way high to the loudest. I know it sounds crazy, but make sure you on loud. Not the volume on the computer, not the volume of FL Studio, but whatever sound device that you're using. Right now, my main volume is on monitors and is on headphones. I'm going to make sure that my headphones are on the loudest. So make sure your sound is on the loudest so that you give yourself a headroom for when you're doing this. Very important. So firstly, I'm just going to solo the kick. So when you're playing the kick, it's going to be really loud, but you have to turn it down to a comfortable place. So I always recommend to start with a kick, because usually in a track, the kick is the most loudest thing in your mix. So you need to make sure that you put your kick in a comfortable place before you start mixing. So that is actually your ceiling. Your kick is your ceiling to mixing that you're going to use, and everything else is going to fall under the kick. So make sure your kick is the loudest thing. So I'm going to play my kick right now. So it's the loudest, and I'm just going to raise my headphone volume till it's like really loud at a point where I feel it's like really ear piercing if I can get it that loud. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start lowering my kick until a comfortable place. There we go. So right now the kick is good. Then I'm gonna add my clap. I can already hear it's too loud. Then I lower it till it's in a comfortable place and not clashing so much with my kick, because the clap needs to be under the kick and not necessarily on the same level as the kick. So I'm not even going to touch the mixer in this video. It's only pre-mixing. So I feel like this is a good place. There we go. Then I'm going to go to my hats. And this hat is not so loud, it's not as powerful as the other sound, so I can just play around with it a little. There we go. And the second one. Okay, this is a tambourine. And I also have a shaker here. That is overly loud. I need to tweak that back. There we go. Now it's nice and comfortable. And keep in mind that everything is falling below the kick. So that's good. Now I can go to my second pattern. Let me work on the pattern side. Okay, here we go. Now what we have next is this hypersonic. We have these mellow keys over here. So now I can hear they're overly loud. They're too loud in the mix. I'm going to lower them down. I think that is fine. Keep in mind, this is pre-mixing. This is still not the final mix that's going to be done to this track. You are just kind of setting the tone, making sure everything is exactly where you need to be. And I think that's fine. Then I'm going to go to, I think this is bass. There we go. You can hear it's too powerful. I'm going to lower it back down till a more comfortable place. There we go. That's good. Let's move on to the next. That's too loud. Let me bring it back down. And next. I want that like really in the background. And now we're going to that Anna. And now the last channel. Very loud. And that's it. So I think that is everything. I have a conga here. Let me see where this conga is. Okay, I didn't use it. This one over here. Anyways, that's fine. So that is basically a premix I just did right here. So what this did to the mix was give it room. As you can see, if I now play everything back, you can see we're around here by -8, by -9, somewhere there, which means we have a whole 9 dB of headroom. But already in our ears, it sounds really loud and sounds really powerful in our ears because our volume is raised up on our speakers or on our headphones as well. So that's the power of pre-mixing and the power of giving yourself headroom and doing this before you even touch the mixer. Some of the tracks are not routed to the mixer. So then what we do after this is now send everything to the mixer. Control L, select the one, Control L. As you can see here, the kick is the loudest. Everything else is down here. Now, if I were to, let's say, put in a mastering preset, like let me just say file and maybe load general purpose mastering. You can see it didn't add so much volume over here. So now this gives you room to play around as much as you would like. You can add limiters, you can now EQ, you can now compress, you can now do so much. But because of this, we've managed to get ourselves some headroom. I'm always talking about headroom, and this is the way you can get headroom. A lot of people always wonder, how do we get headroom? Because when people start to make music, if they hear that the kick is not powerful enough, they come here to the mixer and they raise the kick all the way up. You do not have to do that. You can raise the volume of your amplifier or your monitors before you do this, or make sure that your headphones are on the loudest. If they're not as loud as you like, you need to get a pair of headphones that are loud enough for you. Always keep that in mind. So I hope you find this really helpful. I hope this helps you get cleaner mixes and much better mixes in your music. And that's the video I have for you today. I hope you like it. Leave a like if you do like it. Comment down below if you're actually doing this and if you think this is really helpful, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I do offer mixing and mastering services. You can email me. I'll put my email down below, so you can, if you need the services of for me to mix and master your music, you can let me know and we can work it out in my email. That's the video for today. Subscribe if you're new here. I'm gonna check you guys out in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.